Good morning. It is Wednesday, May 14th. Here's what we're working on this morning. Prime Minister Mark Carney is set to meet with his brand new cabinet today.
Despite tariffs and trade wars, this year's shipping season on the St. Lawrence is off to a strong start.
And the Winnipeg Jets are on the brink of elimination in their series with Dallas. Thanks so much for joining us on this very foggy morning this morning.
It was foggy, yes.
Oh, is it ever?
And
yeah.
still is. Like we would see the sun coming up, but
Yeah.
it's like can't see anything.
No,
Yeah.
we can't see a thing. Not only do we have some cloud cover, but we've got that thick fog, and it is really thick in a lot of areas. As I always say, I don't know where in the fog I am this morning. In the fog.
Hey, kids, take that to school today.
In the fog. Yes, exactly. In the fog I am. I don't know. But yeah, we're in the fog this morning, and it's going to take some time to burn off. Well, we say burn off, but what happens is the temperature rises, the air can absorb all the moisture that you're seeing, so the fog will dissipate as the morning goes on, and our temperature rises. We're going to hit 20 degrees today, so a little bit milder than it was yesterday, and it's not likely we'll see a lot of sunshine. It's going to be fairly cloudy for the day today, and we do have about a 70% chance of showers on and off throughout the day. Tomorrow, maybe a little sun, but it'll still stay unsettled, and it'll get warmer, too. We'll talk about that coming up. Traffic this morning, looking pretty good. Well, I use that relatively. No problems in traffic there. You can see the fog that we have at the moment, so nothing at our exclusive camera. To some MTO traffic cameras, we'll check the QEW, have a look at what's going on as we have a look at Centennial Parkway. Nothing there. Top of the Skyway, you can see generally how foggy it is in the distance. And not too foggy here as you go through QEW east of Burloak, but the roads are wet this morning because of all that humidity is 100% right now. So be careful on the roads this morning. We will look at weather and traffic as usual coming up in a few minutes. Right now, the news.
Okay, thanks very much, Brian. A new Canadian economy. That's what Prime Minister Mark Carney is promising with the introduction of his new cabinet. He's set to meet with his new inner circle of 28 ministers and 10 secretaries of state today. Some notable names have been returned to the cabinet. Francois-Philippe Champagne and Dominic LeBlanc keep their roles in finance, trade, and intergovernmental affairs. Oakville's Anita Anand will take over foreign affairs, and Chrystia Freeland stays on, overseeing transportation and internal trade. Now, former Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly will become Industry Minister. Prime Minister Carney says he's going to take on the primary role for Canada-U.S. relations.
We are at the start of an industrial transformation, a transformation of this economy, and Madame Joly, as Minister of Industry, is going to help lead that in concert with the other members of the cabinet and myself.
Now, Burlington MP Karina Gould was not named to the new cabinet, but Milton MP Adam Van Koeverden has been named Secretary of State for Sport. 14 men and 14 women make up all the ministers, while 6 men and 4 women hold a Secretary of State position. Carney has at least one cabinet minister from every province or territory except the Yukon and Nunavut. Now, here's Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre's reaction.
So I'd like to begin today in English by congratulating the new ministers for their roles. It's literally a 1 in a million opportunity. I think they have 40 ministers in total, and there's about 41 million people, so it's literally 1 in a million to be a minister, and a big accomplishment to get to that place. The Conservatives will take our role of holding the government accountable seriously. That doesn't mean we reflexively oppose everything the government does. When it comes, for example, to foreign affairs, if the government does a good job at defending our national interests in negotiations with the U.S., then we will support those efforts. And when they're right, we'll stand with them. When they're wrong, we will oppose them.
Poilievre says he wants the country to do well, but that it was not off to a promising start. He criticized Carney's new cabinet, saying it does include several members of Justin Trudeau's team.
St. Lawrence Seaway's 67th season is off to a strong start despite the ongoing global economic uncertainty. Simone Gavros joins us from the Welland Canal in St. Catharines with more. Simone, good morning.
Good morning, Rick. Well, by the end of April, 4.5 million tons of cargo moved through the system. That's a 3.7% increase compared to last year's season. Now, in a release from the Seaway system, they said that a lot of this is due to agriculture products, and that's where we're seeing a lot of that increase happening. Now, when we break down the numbers here, when we look at those agriculture products, we can see that all grain products were up 22%. Liquid bulk saw a 15% gain, and dry bulk saw an increase of 7%. Meantime, iron ore was down 24%, coal dropped 28%, and general cargo was down 18% as well. Now, the shipping season began back on March 22nd this year and will run until early January next year. The 2024 season, the previous one, was the longest ever and saw about 37 million tons of goods shipped via the Seaway, including grain, potash, and steel. The Seaway's president, Jim Athanasiou, says steady performance shows the corridor continues to support North American trade reliably and efficiently. Now, this morning I reached out to the Chamber of Marine Commerce as well as the Seaway and HOPA for more details and reaction on what we're seeing so far with the start of the season. For now, Annette, back to you.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, the Niagara Falls wastewater plant has once again violated federal rules. A toxic discharge killed 80% of rainbow trout in lab testing.
I think it's important to know that this test is a snapshot in time. Although we did have a fail on this particular test, we've had subsequent testing, which also falls under the regulation weekly. After that test, we've passed our first weekly test. We took our second consecutive test today. So we'll have those results back in 4 days or so. And things hopefully will come back in a positive light.
Now, aging equipment and mechanical failures are being blamed. Robert Daw of Niagara's wastewater operations says upgrades are coming in the fall, but for now, staff are working to keep the deteriorating system running.
Town of Lincoln is reviewing its council composition and ward boundaries. If you live in the area, you have a chance to have a say in shaping how your local government is structured. Drop-in sessions will be held starting tomorrow at the Fleming Center in Beamsville from 2 to 4 in the afternoon. Public information centers will also be held at Jordan Station on May 20th and a virtual session the day after. The town says their goal is to establish fair and equitable representation of the residents at Lincoln Council. You can visit their website at speakuplincoln.ca for more details.
A 92-year-old man from Oakville is missing this morning. Halton police believe that Ladislav Krempotic could be lost. He was last seen by his family yesterday morning in the Glen Abbey area of Oakville, but was spotted buying gas in Mount Forest around 3 yesterday afternoon. He's driving a silver Lincoln Nautilus SUV. Krempotic is white, 5'9", with a medium build and gray hair. He's wearing beige pants, a beige jacket, red cardigan, and a beige baseball hat. 3 Hamilton police officers have been recognized for their handling of an incident at the Winona Peach Festival. Hundreds of people were at the festival on a Saturday night last August when a fight broke out between 2 men. Somebody yelled that one of the men had a gun. Constables Jacob Keenan, Nicholas Rogers, and Dave Nairn made an arrest despite being swarmed by a hostile crowd. A loaded Glock handgun and ammunition were recovered. All 3 officers were given the Hamilton Police Service Members of the Year Award last night for their, quote, swift and brave actions. A book has been returned to the Hamilton Public Library 48 years late. The copy of Comets and Meteors by Isaac Asimov was due on September 8th of 1977. The beginning science book was borrowed from Hamilton's Terry Berry Library branch on the mountain, and it was recently returned to the branch's Dropbox. In a Facebook post, the library says, "It's just a little overdue, but we'll still take it, no questions asked." By the way, there are no late or damage fees on any Hamilton Public Library materials. And a Hamilton crowd broke a Canadian Premier League attendance record yesterday. Forge FC took on Atletico Ottawa in a CPL match at Hamilton Stadium in front of thousands of students. It was the second year Forge invited area schools to a midday match. Last year's attendance was just shy of 15,000. This year, there were 17,971 at the match, including schools from 7 boards.
Sports time, and while the Leafs and Oilers have dreams of making it to the next round of the NHL playoffs, hope may be fading in Winnipeg.
Tanev goes after Marksman. It's fed to the point. Heiskanen, Cody Shane, waiting, shoots off the post. Heiskanen's got it. Rolling puck. Goes to the back stairs. Hat-trick for Granlund.
Michael Granlund scored his first career playoff hat-trick as the Stars dumped the Jets 3-1, and now Dallas holds a 3-1 lead in their Western Conference semifinal. The 33-year-old Granlund scored a goal in each period after scoring multiple goals only once before in his previous 69 playoff games. The loss pushes the President's Trophy-winning Jets on the brink of elimination. The two teams will meet again for Game 5 tomorrow in the Manitoba capital. Ottawa has taken a charge of their PWHL semifinal series against Montreal thanks to a 1-0 win over the Victoire, and gives the Charge a 2-1 series lead in their best-of-5 series. Ottawa can advance to the Walter Cup final with a win at home on Friday. Tonight, it's a must-win for the Scepters in Minnesota as Toronto trails the Frost 2-1. The London Knights are one win away from taking the OHL championship after they beat Oshawa 6-2 last night. Sam Dickinson had a 4-point night and scored the game winner, while Kasper Halttunen recorded his second straight hat-trick. The Knights can win the series in Game 5 tomorrow night at home.
Launched to left field. It's a grand slam. Junior Caminero has driven them all home, and the Rays with a 5-run ninth take an 11-7 lead.
The Blue Jays came crashing down to earth last night. Junior Caminero launched a grand salami in the 9th inning to lead Tampa Bay to a come-from-behind 11-9 win over Toronto. The Jays carried a 7-6 lead into the 9th before closer Jeff Hoffman blew the save opportunity. The loss snapped Toronto's 4-game winning streak and spoiled a big night for Jays outfielder Dalton Varsho, who hit 2 home runs and had 4 RBIs. The Thunder used home court advantage to take a 3-2 lead on Denver in their second-round NBA playoff series. Hamilton's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was up to his old tricks, scoring a team-high 31 points as Oklahoma City rallied from a double-digit deficit in the second half and beat the Nuggets 112-105. Denver's Nikola Jokic led all players with 44 points and added 15 rebounds. The Thunder can clinch the series tomorrow night in Denver. Indiana is going to the NBA's Eastern Conference Final after upsetting the Cavaliers in 5 games. Tyrese Halliburton scored 31 points. Pascal Siakam added 21 as the underdog Pacers bounced the top-seeded Cavs 114-105. Donovan Mitchell led the Cleveland Cavaliers with 35 points, but the Cavs season ends with a big thud after finishing atop the East with 64 wins. The 4th-seeded Pacers now await the winner of the Celtics-Knicks series, which could end tonight if New York beats Boston.
Hey, it's 6:13 already on this Wednesday morning, 14th of May, and what a foggy start it is this morning. So you got to take some extra time, be careful, and look out for the different fog patches that we have around. Some areas are thicker than others. As you can see, there's some fog here at the 403 and Waterdown Road, but traffic is moving nicely. That's our exclusive camera. Go to some MTO traffic cameras. Nothing at the QEW Martindale. Fog's not too thick through the Niagara area, but as you can see, Centennial Parkway, it's a little bit thicker there. Nothing north of 2 coming off the Skyway. Ford plant looks good. We did have a disabled vehicle off to the side, but that is now gone. And the QEW to Tobico Creek, we're just dealing with some wet roads through there and not a lot of fog. But if you're in higher elevations like on the escarpment in Hamilton, water down going through Burlington. Yeah, be careful of the fog. Let's check the temperature that we have at the moment. Starting of the day here, we're sitting at 11 degrees, which is above seasonal for this time of the morning. It is very foggy. Winds are light still from the north-northeast. Just can't seem to shake that northeast flow. And the relative humidity is right up there at 100%. One of the reasons we have that fog this morning. So today for school, we're going to hit 20 degrees. Better than yesterday. We got to 18. But there's that 70% chance of showers on and off throughout the day. It'll be fairly gray. Air quality this morning in the low risk category. Not a lot of a problem there. As you can see, we've got this trough, which is the broken line, moving its way up and across southern Ontario. That's just a trough of low pressure, giving us the instability with the showers for the day today. Tomorrow, we're looking at a line of precipitation getting closer, and it should cross us on Friday morning with some showers again. So it's going to be unsettled for a few days. Some areas today, particularly along the north shore of Lake Erie, could get some showers, possible thunderstorms, but basically we're looking at a cloudy sky today with showers. Temperatures tonight don't fall too far again. 13, 14, 15, a little bit cooler for Burlington. But once again tonight, we are going to get some fog patches. Then tomorrow, a little bit of sun, but still the instability. It'll be warmer tomorrow, 24 in Hamilton with a humidex of 30. So we'll get a chance of some thunderstorms as well. So 14th of May, already halfway through the month almost. Out the door this morning, it is cloudy. We do have the fog. Temperature right now, 11. And we'll look long range coming up. Annette, Rick.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, right after the break, we're going to say good morning to Emily with a preview of what she's got for us in Chit Chat. And in business news, Hudson's Bay has been given permission to extend its creditor protection period. 6:18, time to say good morning to Emily.
Hi, good morning. We've got some good stuff coming up in Chit Chat.
Nice.
Jamie Lee Curtis has publicly asked Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg to take down an AI video using her likeness. And the way she went about it is really quite funny.
It's very Jamie Lee Curtis. I love her.
It's very Jamie Lee Curtis. Me too. Like, straight shooter. I like her. Yeah. Kim Kardashian is leading an all-female law firm out for revenge in a brand new series. She's actually studying to be a lawyer, so this is kind of like, did she do that just for the show, maybe?
A little research on the side, yeah.
And later on this morning, Rising Brock University star makes his feature film debut in the pop musical Juliet and Romeo, and he's going to be here on the couch.
Okay, awesome. Thanks very much. Okay, taking a look at business news and overseas trading, the Canadian dollar is up 12 points, trading closer to 72 cents U.S. Gold is down $12.30 an ounce. Crude oil is down 26 cents to $63.41 a barrel. Midday trading in Europe and markets are down across the board, but not by a lot.
Over in Asia, markets were down in Tokyo, but up in Hong Kong and Shanghai. And in North American markets, Bay Street gained 85 points. Over on Wall Street, the Dow jumped to 70, and the Nasdaq closed over 300 points. U.S. stock futures are flat this morning.
Well, an Ontario court has extended Hudson's Bay's reprieve from the hundreds of businesses that it owes money to now until the end of July. A judge has granted Canada's oldest company permission to extend protection under the company's Creditors Arrangement Act. That was all supposed to run out tomorrow. Hudson's Bay's lawyers argued that the extension was necessary to continue finding buyers for the business and its assets and takers for its leases. 17 bidders have made offers for the entire business or parts of it, like its intellectual property, and 12 are vying for 39 leases across the country.
Well, this is a good news story. Burger Barn is making a comeback this long weekend. Months after a suspicious fire tore through the Six Nations restaurant, while the iconic Red Barn remains closed, you can still get a taste of their favorites thanks to a food truck pop-up in the parking lot. From May 16th to 19th, burgers will be served from 11 in the morning to 10 at night. The owners took to Facebook. Venue will be limited, and they're still figuring out what comes next, including plans to rebuild. Police haven't made progress in identifying who was behind the January fire, which happened just days after shots were fired at the building. Despite the setback, the owners say they're grateful for the support and hopeful for a fresh start.
Okay, Krispy Kreme is officially open in Hamilton.
First guy, Dale Murphy, showed up at noon yesterday. He camped out with a few other folks. We probably had about 20 people overnight waiting for the opening, and so when we opened the doors at 7 a.m., we already had a lineup.
Krispy Kreme has always been a favorite of ours in the family. We've always used to have it in South Carolina at the first time, and then we would drive to Mavis and Mississauga. So it's a nice treat to finally have it here in Hamilton.
The first customer, Dale Murphy, camped out overnight to be the first in line. His reward, a golden ticket that gives him a free dozen donuts each month for a full year. Safe to say that he is deserving of it? Deserving of it? The shop is located on Rymel Road East between Nebo and Dartnell Roads.
Okay, and with that, shall we go get a donut?
Yeah, I think that's...
Okay, well, Brian is back with traffic and your 7-day forecast.
All right, halfway through the week here, Wednesday morning, a fairly damp one. Not foggy here. 6:25, by the way, is the time. QEW Glendale, St. Catharines, just some damp roads. Top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge normally slowing down this time, and there you are. QEW east of Burloak, nothing. Erin Mills Parkway looks good. Getting some showers right now. 403 at Mavis. You can see the raindrops on the camera at the moment, but not a lot going on in traffic so far, except for the fog. Be careful. Speaking of fog, foggy shot of Cootes Paradise there. 11 degrees in Hamilton, 12 Toronto, 13 Grimsby, and 14 into Mississauga. Seasonals now are 19 for the daytime high and still 7 for the overnight low. Those are our sun times for the day today. Yep, the sun is up. Not like we're going to see a lot of it today, and our records for today. And for school today, we should be 17 for the first bell, 20 degrees after school, and chance of showers both morning and afternoon. So that's today. Going to hit 20 degrees for the day. 13 overnight tonight. Again, we could get some fog patches. Tomorrow, 24, humidex of 30 tomorrow. We'll get a little bit of sun, but there's that chance of showers again. Showers and cloudy on Friday. Cloudy for the weekend, well, at least for Saturday and Sunday, 19 and then 15. For Victoria Day, Monday, sunny and on the cool side at 15. It's your forecast. Annette.
But later this summer, there's going to be a whole new way to see Niagara Falls.
Niagara Takes Flight is going to be Ontario's first flying theater experience. The huge domed screen at Table Rock Centre in Niagara Falls will take you soaring above Niagara's most iconic landscapes. So the ride will also take you closer than ever to the falls themselves. You're going to feel like you're flying, and you'll feel wind and mist in your face. The experience uses drone technology to create a 56-kilometer journey showing Niagara's geography, history, and people. Niagara Takes Flight is set to open on August 29th. That's the Friday of the Labor Day weekend. And I know that Emily is going to be there a couple of days beforehand, so she'll give us kind of a sneak peek of that. But
Sweet.
That's pretty cool technology.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Especially with the mist.
Yes, yes.
Hey, stay with us. More to come after the break here on Morning Live.